Well, good morning, children. Welcome to the second period, and this is the second video for standard 9th, and we'll be revising the chapter "The Road Not Taken," written by Robert Frost. Robert Frost, as we all know, was an American poet who was so fond of using nature as a part of it. That's why I have taken an image where, in a densely planted area, roads are moving in two directions as the primary picture. Let's discuss about Robert Frost a little bit. This is I want to give you a stanza-wise explanation of it because this is very important poem that you should learn, and from the point of view of learning poems of standard 10. So let's first find out who Robert Frost was. He was an American poet who was born in San Francisco. He was considered among the pioneers of poetry in 20th century. He used rhyming scheme. He never used free verse. He used the traditional poetry to express his feelings. So The Road Not Taken is about common experience that we all have, and it has an autobiographical poem of Robert Frost. Robert Frost at many places has shown that he is telling his story through it. Second, it is a metaphorical poem. He has used lots of metaphor to save words, not to make the poem lengthy. The rhyme scheme you all know, it's A, B, A, B. Now, the poem goes like, two roads diverged in a yellow wood, and sorry, I could not travel both. And be one traveller, long I stood, and looked down one as far as I could, to where it bent in the undergrowth. Now see, lots of metaphors already over here, and this I tells you it's autobiographical. Two roads diverged, it is again about choices, a metaphor. I could not travel both. It stands for an antithesis because if you are a traveler, you are supposed to travel on both. But be one traveler means an experienced person who has been taking these choices. Long I stood stands for patience, while to where it bent in the undergrowth means the uncertainty that lies over there. If we discuss the literary devices or the poetic devices that are associated with this first stanza, lots of metaphor, I told you, has been used in it. Like, what is a metaphor? When two things are compared, two unlikely things are compared. Right? Two roads diverged. Now, this is a simple thing, but two roads moving in two directions stands as a choice. Right? Yellow wood, again a metaphor. This stands for age of maturity, an autumn season where you have already matured. Right? Now the next one, undergrowth, here stands for darkness, uncertainty. All the roads you will find multiple choices, but no choices would give you a certain path. It will lead you to uncertainty. You have to build your own path over there. Now, imagery. There is another device that has been used in this. Two roads diverged in a yellow wood. You can easily, like I posted a picture, an image of two roads diverging in a forest. So that is imagery. An image is created in your mind. Now, if you talk about the rhyme scheme, it is AB, AAB, would, both, stood, could, growth. AB, AAB, would, both, stood, could. Would, stood, could are rhyming. So AB, AAB. That is the rhyme scheme. That's what I'm trying to underline and figure it out for you. Would, both, stood, could, and growth. Both and growth rhymes, while would, stood, and could rhyme. So that is A B A A B. Simple rhyming scheme is not very difficult. Robert Frost always believed in rhyming scheme and writing poetries. He never used free verses. And let's move on to the second stanza now. Right. So it's about choices. So then took the other just as fair, and having perhaps the better claim, because it was grassy and wanted wear. Though as for that the passing there had warned them really about the same. Then took the other. The poet took the other road. Both the roads seemed inviting to him, but he took the other. But he thought it had a better claim, more adventurous, and he was being tempted to take the other one. Reason, it was grassy and wanted wear. It seemed that less people had walked on it, or no people had walked on it, because it was still grassy. Now he uses antithesis again when he says, though as for the passing there had warned them really about the same. Somebody else will stand there and say that both the roads were equal. There was no difference between the other road. It doesn't matter to the poet what other people think. He takes the road because it is his choice. It's about taking your choice, not thinking about what others feel about it. Right? Now simile. A simile has been used over here. Then took the other just as fair, equally beautiful. So that is simile. Both the roads were equally beautiful, or equally fair. Also stands not only for beautiful, but it also stands for just. So both the roads were justified in traveling. Alliteration, my children know how to figure out alliteration. So I don't need to explain that. Wanted wear is an explanation of is an example of alliteration, because both the words start with W. It's a consonant, and two words begin with consonant is, and there is enjambment over here. The last two lines are an example of enjambment. You don't find any sign of comma, full stop, or a semicolon over there. So a line is continuing into the next line, and that is enjambment. Right? This is the best way I could have explained it. So the third stanza is, and both that morning equally lay, in leaves no steps had trodden black. Oh, I kept the first for another day, yet knowing how way leads on to way, I doubted if I should ever come back. Right? Now see, first two lines are example of enjambment again. There is no semicolon or any marks of punctuation over there. It makes it enjambment personified. Now, oh, I kept it for the another day, because he keeps the choice. He doesn't gives up on the choice. The poet says both the roads are equally full of opportunities which people have not taken. Right? I shall be telling this with a sigh, somewhere ages and ages hence. Two roads diverged in a wood, and I took the one less travelled by, and that has made all the difference. Look at it. Poet is so confident about walking the path that he has chosen for himself is the best way to go after. Right? Because he chose something that belonged to him. Right? He is not sure he would be successful or failure, but he's sure his life would be different because he made a call. He followed whatever his heart told him to, and that will make his life different. Look at that. How easily poet has mentioned this, that it doesn't matter to him whether he is successful or failure or not. The difference that is in his life is because of the choice he has made, and he chose as per his free will. The poetic devices, enjambment, obviously you can see that and repetition is ages, and ages is repetition. So these are the poetic devices my children know very well. I hope this video was helpful for you. Till we meet again, goodbye.